CDL Practice Test, Florida, Combination Vehicles, Part 2. Question number 26. You cross the airlines when hooking up to an old trailer. What will happen? A. The hand valve will apply the tractor brakes instead of the trailer brakes. B. If the trailer has no spring brakes, you will be able to drive away but you won't have trailer brakes. C. The brake lights will come on when the brake pedal is pressed. The correct answer is here, B. If the trailer has no spring brakes, you will be able to drive away but you won't have trailer brakes. Explanation. Trailers built before 1975 are not required to have spring brakes. If you cross the airlines when coupling such a trailer, you may have no air pressure to supply the trailer brakes. You'll be able to drive, but you won't be able to brake the trailer. Always test the trailer air brakes before you start to drive. Question number 27. What are bobtail tractors? A. A tractor semi-trailer that is prone to experiencing a jackknife skid. B. Another name for large combination vehicles. C. Tractors that have semi-trailers. D. Tractors without semi-trailers. The correct answer is here, D. Tractors without semi-trailers. Explanation. Bobtail tractors do not have semi-trailers. Question number 28. Semi-trailers made before 1975 that are equipped with air brakes. A. Are easier to brake because they are heavier. B. Often do not have spring brakes. C. Usually need a glad hand converter. The correct answer is here, B. Often do not have spring brakes. Explanation. Trailers and converter dollies built before 1975 are not required to have spring brakes. Instead, they rely on emergency brakes that hold using air pressure. Because air pressure can leak away, always use wheel chocks when parking such vehicles. Question number 29. Which of these statements is true? A. Bobtail tractors can take longer to stop than a combination vehicle loaded to the maximum gross weight. B. Always delay braking a heavy vehicle until you have no other choice. C. Light vehicles need more braking power to stop than heavy ones. The correct answer is here, A. Bobtail tractors can take longer to stop than a combination vehicle loaded to the maximum gross weight. Explanation. When a combination vehicle is empty or lightly loaded, its braking distance increases. The very stiff suspension springs and strong brakes give poor traction and make it very easy to lock the wheels. Likewise, bobtail tractors, tractors without semi-trailers, can take longer to stop than a fully loaded tractor trailer. Be very careful when driving a bobtail tractor. Question number 30. What is the other name for shut-off valves? A. Trailer protection valve. B. Emergency valves. C. Relay valves. D. Cutout cocks. The correct answer is here, D. Cutout cocks. Explanation. Shut-off valves are also known as cutout cocks. Question number 31. During uncoupling, you should disconnect the electrical cable and A. Hang it with the plug down. B. Hang it with the plug up. C. Coil it to keep it out of the way. The correct answers here. A. Hang it with the plug down. Explanation. After you disconnect the electrical cable, hang it with the plug down to keep moisture or rain from getting into it. Question number 32. How much space should there be between the upper and lower fifth wheel after coupling? A. None. B. About 1/4 inch. C. Just enough to see light through it. The correct answers here. A. None. Explanation. If there is space between the lower and upper fifth wheel after you have finished coupling, something is wrong. Perhaps the kingpin is on top of the closed fifth wheel jaws, which could result in the trailer coming loose. Don't start to drive until you have identified and fixed the problem. Question number 33. When inspecting for proper trailer coupling, which of these would be a cause for concern? A. Fifth wheel jaws being closed around the shank of the kingpin. B. Locking lever being set to lock. C. Safety catch being in position. D. Space between the upper and lower fifth wheel. The correct answers here. D. Space between the upper and lower fifth wheel. Explanation. The space between the upper and lower fifth wheel indicates something is not hooked up correctly and that the trailer could come loose. The other options all indicate proper coupling. Question number 34. Which part of the kingpin should the locking jaws close around? A. The base. B. The head. C. The shank. The correct answers here. C. The shank. Explanation. Don't drive the vehicle until you're sure that the coupling is correct. Check to make sure of the following. There is no space between the upper and lower fifth wheel. The fifth wheel jaws have closed around the shank of the kingpin. The locking lever is in the lock position, and the safety latch is in position over the locking lever. If anything isn't right, don't drive the vehicle until you've found and corrected the problem. If you drive it anyway, your trailer could come loose while you're driving. Question number 35. You are coupling a tractor to a semi-trailer. You have backed up but are not yet under it. Before backing under the semi-trailer, you should hook up A. The electrical service cable. B. The emergency and service air lines. C. Nothing, back up and lock the fifth wheel. The correct answers here. B. The emergency and service air lines. Explanation. Before backing under the trailer, you must lock the trailer brakes, which means that you first have to make sure that the trailer brakes are working. Connect the emergency and service air lines and test the trailer brakes. Question number 36. Where should the tractor be when you inspect the landing gear after uncoupling the trailer? A. Completely cleared from the trailer. B. With the fifth wheel directly beneath the kingpin. C. With the tractor frame under the trailer. The correct answers here. C. With the tractor frame under the trailer. Explanation. After you've unlocked the fifth wheel, pull the tractor forward until the fifth wheel is out from under the trailer but the tractor frame is still under the trailer. This will prevent the trailer from falling onto the ground should the landing gear fail to support the trailer. Question number 37. Which of the following is true about off-tracking or cheating? A. The rear wheels follow the same path as the front wheels. B. Longer vehicles off track less. C. If there is more than one trailer, the rear wheels of the last trailer will off track the most. The correct answer is here. C. If there is more than one trailer, the rear wheels of the last trailer will off track the most. Explanation. When any vehicle turns, its rear wheels will follow a shorter path than its front wheels. This is called off-tracking or cheating. The longer the vehicle, the greater the difference. In a combination vehicle, the trailer's wheels will off-track more than the tractor's rear wheels. In a double or triple combination vehicle, the wheels of the last trailer will off-track the most. Question number 38. The hand valve should be used. A. Only when the trailer is fully loaded. B. Only with the foot brake. C. To test the trailer brakes. The correct answer is here. C. To test the trailer brakes. Explanation. The trailer hand valve, also known as a trolley valve or Johnson bar, controls only the trailer brakes, not the tractor brakes. You can use it to test the trailer brakes. Don't use it while you're driving, though. If you apply it while you're driving, you'll brake the trailers but not the tractor, which can cause a skid. Instead, use the foot brake, which sends air to the tractor brakes as well as the trailer brakes. Question number 39. After connecting the air lines but before backing under the trailer, you should A. Walk around the rig to make sure it is clear. B. Make sure that the trailer brakes are off. C. Supply air to the trailer system and then pull out the air supply knob. The correct answer is here. C. Supply air to the trailer system and then pull out the air supply knob. Explanation. First, make sure that the trailer brakes are working properly. Before backing under the trailer, set the trailer air supply control to lock the trailer brakes. You do this by pulling out the red air supply knob on newer vehicles, or moving the tractor protection valve control to the emergency setting. Question number 40. What is a tractor jackknife? A. When you lock up the drive tires on the trailer and the trailer spins out sideways as the tractor continues to push behind. B. When you lock up the drive tires on the tractor and the tractor spins out sideways as the trailer continues to push forward. C. Neither of the above. The correct answer is here. B. When you lock up the drive tires on the tractor and the tractor spins out sideways as the trailer continues to push forward. Explanation. A jackknife is usually the result of a drive wheel skid. The tractor's rear drive wheels lock, and the trailer starts to push the tractor sideways. Question number 41. How can you test the trailer emergency brakes? A. Open shut-off valves on both air lines at the rear of the last trailer. B. With full air tanks and the engine off, press on the brake pedal several times. C. Release the parking brake and nudge the vehicle forward. D. Place the tractor emergency valve in the emergency position. Try to nudge the vehicle forward. The correct answer is here. D. Place the tractor emergency valve in the emergency position. Try to nudge the vehicle forward. Explanation. Charge the trailer air brake system and check that the trailer rolls freely. Then stop and pull out the trailer air supply control, also called tractor protection valve control or trailer emergency valve, or place it in the emergency position. Pull gently on the trailer with the tractor to check that the trailer emergency brakes are on. Question number 42. While you are driving a combination vehicle, if the service line comes apart but the emergency line stays together, what will happen right away? A. Nothing is likely to happen until you try to apply the brakes. B. The trailer's air tank will exhaust through the open line. C. The emergency tractor brakes will come on. The correct answer is A. Nothing is likely to happen until you try to apply the brakes. Explanation. If a leak has developed in the service line, air tank pressure may remain close to normal until you try to brake. Then the air loss from the leak will cause the air pressure to drop quickly. If the air pressure drops far enough, the emergency brakes will come on. Question number 43. What is the first thing you should do to prevent a trailer skid? A. Step on the brakes hard several times to stop the skid. B. Use the trailer handbrake. C. Recognize that a skid has started to occur in the mirrors. D. Maintain a constant speed to adjust the truck and trailer in a smooth fashion. The correct answer is D. Maintain a constant speed to adjust the truck and trailer in a smooth fashion. Explanation. The best way to prevent a skid is to maintain a constant speed and make smooth adjustments. Slamming on the brakes or swerving may cause you to skid or jackknife. Question number 44. The service line, A. carries air to the parking brake to control the trailer brakes. B. carries air to the cab of the rig to cool it. C. carries air to a relay valve that allows the trailer brakes to be applied quickly. The correct answer is C. carries air to a relay valve that allows the trailer brakes to be applied quickly. Explanation. The service line, also called the control line or signal line, carries air, which is controlled by the foot brake or the trailer handbrake. The service line is connected to relay valves that allow the trailer brakes to be applied more quickly. The relay valves send air to the brake chambers in response to the air pressure in the service line. Question number 45. Which of these types of vehicle is harder to control while stopping? A. Larger vehicles with no trailers. B. Larger combination vehicles with loaded trailers. C. None of these. Motorized vehicles all stop at the same rates. D. Larger combination vehicles that have no cargo in the trailers. The correct answer is D. Larger combination vehicles that have no cargo in the trailers. Explanation. When a truck is empty, the stiff suspension and strong brakes, combined with limited traction, can cause the rear wheels of a trailer to lock up. This can cause it to skid or swing out and hit other vehicles. Question number 46. Air and electrical lines from the tractor to the trailer should be A. resting on the frame of the tractor. B. pulled tight with very little slack. C. secured but with enough slack for turns. The correct answer is C. secured but with enough slack for turns. Explanation. During your walk-around inspection, make sure that the electrical and air lines are secure but have enough slack to stay attached and secure even when the vehicle is turning. Question number 47. Which of these vehicles off-tracks the most? A. A 5-axle tractor towing a 42-foot trailer. B. A 5-axle tractor towing a 52-foot trailer. C. A 5-axle tractor towing a 45-foot trailer. The correct answer here. B. A 5-axle tractor towing a 52-foot trailer. Explanation. When any vehicle turns, its rear wheels will follow a shorter path than its front wheels. This is called off-tracking or cheating. The longer the vehicle, the greater the difference. In a combination vehicle, the trailer's wheels will off-track more than the tractor's rear wheels. In a double or triple combination vehicle, the wheels of the last trailer will off-track the most. Question number 48. What test do the following steps describe? Charge the trailer brake system. Turn off the engine. Alternate stepping on and off the brake pedal to reduce the air pressure in the tractor air tanks. A. Testing trailer emergency brakes. B. Checking the fifth wheel. C. Testing trailer service brakes. D. Testing the tractor protection valve. The correct answer is here. D. Testing the tractor protection valve. Explanation. The steps listed describe the test for the tractor protection valve. Question number 50. What are the colors of the service and emergency air lines? A. The service line is red, and the emergency line is blue. B. The service line is yellow, and the emergency line is red. C. The service line is blue, and the emergency line is green. D. The service line is blue, and the emergency line is red. The correct answer is here. D. The service line is blue, and the emergency line is red. Explanation. To distinguish them, the service and emergency airlines are of different colors. The service line is blue, the emergency line is red.